So, January 2024. New year, new me. Crazy that the year just started and we're dealing with all types of bullshit. Bullshit that I'll explain about. If you're not a subscriber, then just head to the next chapter. For the few people who voted, and for the few people who actually give a shit, the next channel is Funny Skits, which you voted like 50%, I think. So yeah, can't wait to be posting on that. But enjoy the video. I actually watched Verbalase when I was younger, and I enjoyed a lot of his content.
Walking this babe, you blew up. You wanna be another party, you pull up. You want kind of look close up. Look at you with your poor ugly bread, you booze up. You look like you lost up all your clothes.
I slowly saw the process of him beatboxing to meatboxing. A lot of people are saying that people shouldn't judge him, that he didn't really hurt anyone, and that there's no problem with this. I think that there's only one thing I can really defend him about. The accusations that this was done by a 15-year-old is stupid because it's really high quality. Not 50K high quality, but you can see that someone put some effort. And I think that it was actually an entire animation team, not just one person, let alone a 15-year-old kid. His business is starting to go a bit down. His views are going down, and also he's been very desperate for donations over the last couple years. People argue that with a channel his size that he could just get out of this immediately and that this won't be a big problem, but if he doesn't get those views up, or if he loses even more money, he's definitely screwed and there'll be nothing left for him. You could have spent money on all kinds of things. You could have spent it on prostitutes, you could have spent it on cars, you could have spent it on your girlfriend, maybe give her a new ring, but no, it's an animation that you couldn't even use. And also the worst part is that he's actually married. Couldn't imagine what marriage counseling looks like. Babe, you don't understand. Babe, it's to revive my YouTube career. So why couldn't you post it? Babe, don't you realize, babe, the algorithm's against me. The algorithm... Is he an idiot? Yes. But he's not nearly comparable to people like Animated James or Goon Clown. I think the worst thing he's ever done, though, is give copyright claims to people who made similar videos. I found a channel named Ali Mohamdi, and the video basically explains that him and other people were copyright started because they were making similar content to Verbalase's. It's dumb that Verbalase did this, because either way he's hypocritical, because number one, rap battles have been a thing for a long time.
Adolf Hitler, command of the Third Reich.
And two, he's not using original characters. He's using like SpongeBob, Mario, Thanos. Like, these aren't your original characters, so what are you copyright striking them for? He's also been accused of being transphobic on Discord. Womp, womp, womp. I'm more curious about this animation stuff. Do you use your hand, do you use a toy, or do you just go full all in with your wife while you have a VR headset to YouTube VR? I'm asking the real questions. He made a video responding to it, but he deleted it, kinda similar to Yanderedev, which shows how the apology was complete shit. He explains that it was an animation for an older audience on a different channel. It's not for kids, and it's not for adults either, it's just for him. I don't know how you would spend 50K on a single project. Of course, unless you had a special attachment to it.
All my fellas. All my fellas. All my fellas.
You guys remember the game Yandere Simulator? The game where you play as a girl who kills anyone who likes your crush. Also use panty shots as a currency. As you can see, this is all going full circle. Anyways, a couple months last year, he was accused of talking to a 16-year-old kid inappropriately, and he made a blog post basically saying,
"Guys, I'm sorry for what happened. Basically, some fan was in my DMs. Normally I ignore it, but she seemed really unique. After 2 months, we had a group chat and she said that she was 16. It was to the point where I got comfortable with her, to the point where I talked to her like he was a guy friend, making the same types of vulgar jokes. She would try to flirt with me. Most of the time, I would shut that down."
This happened 2 months ago, and the only reason I would think he posted early in January is just so he could say he had the first apology video. And it was the first one, and it was not really the best one we'll ever have.
Of my game. I will take accountability and admit that I did discuss inappropriate topics with a fan. However, the accusation that I deliberately attempted to groom this fan is false. She was being serious, so I asked her, "Are you planning to start an OnlyFans?" Answering questions I shouldn't have answered, and discussing topics I should not have discussed. And the YouTuber then used those recordings to make a 40-minute long video accusing me of being a groomer. I don't care what context there was. If you have a conversation with a kid
and I could have a clip per se, "Are you starting an OnlyFans? I consider you weird. I'm sorry."
Groomer. Out of respect for all of the people in the world who have actually been groomed, we should use the word grooming correctly. Grooming is when an adult tries to establish a relationship with a child with the intention of exploiting or abusing the child. That doesn't describe what I did.
Oh, okay, so you groomed the kid on accident. You knew the conversations were weird, and you even mentioned before that you felt uncomfortable about him, so why didn't you stop? For the rest of the video, he kind of just constantly yaps about how the reason he was in this relationship was basically because he was very lonely and was desperate for any sort of attention, whether it was from a 16-year-old or a person of the same age. Now, do I think Yanderedev is a pedophile? I can't really label Yanderedev as a pedophile, mainly because I haven't seen the text. I'm just basing it off what I've seen and his response. But certainly his game and all the things that he can do, per se, kill people, take panty shots, and crush stalker fetish don't really help you that much, bud. But if I got my phone out one day and I saw news that Yanderedev was caught trying to meet a kid and is arrested, I wouldn't be very surprised.
Do you guys remember Metaverse? The one thing that used to be considered one of the most popular games, that it would be a thing that everyone's talking about, but it ended up only dying as quick as the average popular game. So basically what happened is the 16-year-old girl went into Metaverse and claimed that she was sexually assaulted by a couple of the men. Now, sorry to pull a Yanderedev, but can we give respect to the people who were actually essayed? Like, you're comparing this to something so real, it's pathetic. I'm also curious what those men even did. They just went forward and backward like a fucking Roblox game?
I'm touching my e-hand, dude. What's wrong with you? Yeah, walk away. That's what I thought.
Luckily, this happened in Britain, so everyone knows that this is fake, since British people are not real.
Your Majesty, there's been a second pass!
Majority of you will obviously think that this is stupid and agree with me, but I will now give the arguments that the other people are saying, in the most respectful way possible, of course.
Shut the fuck up, haters. She was underage, and since it was online, she's probably not gonna get justice.
First of all, I doubt it's easy, if possible, to find the person's age. Second, the reason why she's not going to get any justice is because it's not real. Those laws are set up for people in the real world, not people who get quote-unquote essayed, aka some little degenerate crouching up and down while making weird noises. But hey, that's just a theory, a logic theory.
This shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
You probably noticed that a lot of YouTubers are leaving. Matt Pat left because he thought he wasn't paying enough attention to his family. Tom Scott was tired of posting consistently, so he decided to take a break. And all Meat Canyon wanted to make was just personal projects, not jokes about relevant topics. People are mad about how this is the end of most people's careers, to the point where if I went to a video showing someone is leaving, I would find another channel that I didn't even know about leaving, like this one. And you know, a lot of people are taking this negatively, and that's understandable considering that you've been watching these people for a majority of your life. And it's crazy how much people put effort in this. Some people have been working on their YouTube careers longer than I've ever lived. And I also argue that this could be the beginning of something. Channels like mine will be small at first, but eventually will grow, and hopefully become the next big channels. I appreciate your support watching this video. Thank you for your time.